It is also about the scenarios that you work on, the work that you do and all that stuff, right? In case you have gone through my email, I have mentioned about a couple of projects there. So what are those projects actually? Those are dummy projects. Dummy project is, since I have a lot of experience, so I just give you scenarios and you are required to work on those scenarios, right, as dummy scenarios. So for that you have to work. Let's say we are talking about an educational institute CRM. If I am talking about a healthcare company CRM. So if you just listen to me for 1 hour, that might not be enough. You have to go and create it. And that is what will help you answer the questions in the interview. So once you go and face the interview, there are a few people, I mean, I do not know how a few people say that, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, I'm back, sorry. So I do not understand that particular logic of, how do a few people say that you just come and attend the training program and you will become an expert. Those things cannot happen because the trainer is also not a magician, right? So we have to understand practical when we are talking about, we have to spend time from our side also. That is one thing. Second thing is work on the projects. Now this is again something. So there has to be a ratio. So for every 1 hour that you put into training, at least 1 hour of personal, project working and all that, at least that is minimum is required, right? Otherwise you will not be able to understand a lot of things. And even if you understand, you might not be able to answer the questions in the interview, which is our, again, the core objective, to clear the interview and get a job. So project is one thing. Practical thing I talked about. We will be doing sessions. Along with sessions, I would be giving you certain small activities. So project is a complete holistic project that you design. After every session, not after the basic sessions and all, but for most of the things, I will ask you to do certain activities. Activities are tasks, homework kind of thing. So it would be good if you can take out time and do your homeworks, and you will be completely responsible for doing your homeworks, because again I cannot chase you for your homework and all that stuff, but you just need to spend some time. Certification thing is there. Post training certification concept comes. People who are interested in doing the certification, they can go for it, and I will be completely guiding you onto that. So in fact, the 401 certification that we are talking about is a very simple one. Simple, I mean, again, simple in case you understand the concepts and all. Okay, then it's going to be very simple for you. I will guide you through how to prepare and everything. You should be able to clear it. So far I have not found any of my candidate not clearing 401 in the first attempt. Everyone has cleared it on the first attempt. So no one has got stuck here. So that is good thing. Okay. 501 is not required. Even for people who want to become a developer, 401 is more than enough, because 501 is $400 and it is a little complex. Though we will be covering the topics of 501, but that is something which is not required for you to clear on the certifications. You don't have to have a certification for 501. If you have 401, that will be helpful. So certification is one that is where I would be helping you. In fact, I have a few mock tests. Mock test is kind of a sample test which I conduct, and it is conducted exactly the way Salesforce conducts their exam. So that kind of thing. So these are the things in the training program. We'll need to decide on the timing part, and we will be conducting session either on weekdays or weekends. After the session, I'll give you certain assignments. You will work on those assignments. You will be asked to work on projects. At least one plus one project is what is expected out of you. You will work on that. If you are more interested, if you have that kind of time availability, you can work on 1 or 2 more projects also. That's absolutely fine. And it has to be and during the sessions you will have a big scope of collaborating with others. That is one thing. See, I will be spending certain time with you, right? Let's say I spend 1-2 hours every day. After that, I have other activities to look after, right? but you always have that scope of collaborating with other batchmates or other people who I have trained. Connect with them through Skype or something. So biggest advantage of online training. You can connect with them on Skype or anything, and you can always say that, okay, fine. Let's connect and let's talk about certain things here, right? Maybe you are designing a CRM application. Let's say you are working on a project. So always you can connect on Skype or any other media, online media, and you guys can discuss. So please keep that option also open, right? So more you put time into learning thing by means of discussions and all those things, more comfortable you will be while speaking about it in the interview. It is all about, see, sometimes have you realized one thing that sometimes you might have seen a few people who are really good in English writing are not that fluent in speaking. It happens with a lot of people. They have perfect grammar and everything, but they are not that fluent in speaking. The reason is they are not used to speaking the language, right? But when it comes to writing, they can do it. Same kind of thing happens with these technologies also. Sometimes what happens, you are very good with the technology, but if you are not doing enough discussion, at the time of interview, you are not able to speak about it fluently. You know what to be done and how it needs to be done, but you are not able to speak. That gives a impression to the interviewer that, oh, this guy does not know, but you actually know the things, right? So that is the thing. So that's about our training program, and I think that is the last thing that I have to talk. So we are pretty much on it. Now I completely open it for questions. Anyone, any questions from any of the topics, anything, whatever you want to ask, discuss, please do. In case you feel that I'm not able to hear your voice, please type it and I will unmute you. Let me hear. How can we practice after each session? Okay. So there is a question from Mihir. He says, how can we practice after each session? The point is that we will create the login ID passwords for you, and this is completely on cloud. So you will be using your own login ID password to practice on the. So I'll create an instance for you on Salesforce which you will be using, and you will be able to use that even after the training is over. So for practice there is not going to be an issue. You just have to manage for the time. Once you have enrolled for the training program, there are just two commitments that I would require from you: the time commitment, okay, and the what do you call that? The concept side commitment, right? So you have to put your time and you have to put the concept. You have to think on it and you have to work on things. That is it, right? You cannot be dependent completely that, okay, fine, I will just do whatever was discussed in the session, because in the session we might not be able to discuss about a lot, all of the concepts, right? If we take an example of a CRM for let's say CRM, or if you are talking about, let's say, an HR management application, right? So we can discuss that particular HR management. But if you are ready to learn, or if you are open to exploring on your own, you can always pair up with one more candidate and say, hey, why don't we discuss about project management application? Let us think a little about it. So that will help you, right? So not just putting the time into the same thing, but also keeping yourself open to new concepts, new things. It is all about concepts. The transactional IC, whatever we go to learn, there are two things. One is concept, one is the transactional thing, step-by-step thing, and one is the concept. The big challenge with Indian educational industry is most of the people are stuck with the transactional thing. Whenever you go to learn something, because I've been doing training for some time, I've been training a few candidates. The big challenge I face is everyone is more interested in knowing the step-by-step thing. Oh, how this is to be done. That is one reason why we have such a big challenge of employing people, right? So we have to be good in concepts. We need to understand that concepts are required more than the step-by-step thing. If you know the concept, no matter, I mean, if it is Salesforce today after 5 years,